Hi guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Nessie. I'm still working in the kitchen in the Gnome Home today, and I'll show you how I made the upper kitchen cabinets. I made them completely with cardstock, toothpicks, superglue and wood glue. These cabinets are custom built to fit the unique shape of the kitchen space, and I originally planned to have working cupboards with glass doors on one side, but I fell in love with the open shelf look instead. Mama Gnome was raring to go, so let's start building. I had to figure out the right order to put all the pieces together as I went along, which sometimes involved a lot of me sitting and staring at them for a while, but don't worry, I edited that bit out. You can see I'm using super glue gel here to stick the pieces together, and it works really well and takes hold fast. But if you have more patience than me, you can always use wood glue or tacky glue. It'll just mean more drying time. The section I'm putting together here is the shelving to go above the oven. I'm gluing the centre shelf to the end panels. Now I'm gluing the bottom of that section to the shelving. Don't forget, a full list of all the materials used in this video is in the description below. And while you're at it, check out the link to my Nessie Monster merch, where you can buy the cute designs I've created on stickers, t-shirts, mugs, phone cases and more. I'm putting together the curved corner shelves now. There's times like this where I think a laser cutter would have been brilliant. Very few of my hand cut pieces actually line up accurately, but at the same time, I do appreciate that handcrafted look. Imperfections make things unique with a beauty all of their own that you can't find in mass-produced items. Here I am gluing the shelves to the top panel. This section came together pretty quickly. On the right side of the upper cabinets above the sink, I wanted a vintage plate rack, so I'm trimming toothpicks to the right length. Give any rough ends a sanding to tidy them up. I'm cutting some narrow strips of scrap cardstock to glue the toothpicks to for the plate rack, and marking out the spacing I needed. I finished cutting and marking the first two, and then I realised I actually needed 4. You can see here how I plan on making 2 rows of toothpick plate racks. So let's start gluing them together. Now to glue the strips onto the other ends. Be really sure all your toothpicks are the same length so you can attach them evenly. And this is what they look like at this stage. At either side of the plate racks, I'm making small shelves, so I'm gluing these pieces together with the side panels. The crafting ADHD has kicked in, and now I'm getting sidetracked with sanding all the front edges of the shelves to slightly round them off. In all honesty, it's probably easier to do it now than when it's fully glued together. After sanding, I gave everything a coat of wood glue to both seal and strengthen it. So a thought occurred to me while waiting for the glue and stuff to dry. This is the bottom piece of where the plate rack is supposed to go. Alright, and I thought I'd better work out before I start painting, where I want the plate racks to go. And I realised by measuring the plates in there that the gap's actually too deep. And if I put the plate right in, I might lose it. So I've got 2 more pieces of the cardboard, and I thought I will glue them together and stick them at the back here. That way, get that out of the way, you'll be able to see better. That way, see width-wise, then the gnome should be able to reach the plates out the front. Right, but then I thought, what about the little side plates? Well, they'll get absolutely lost. So, I've got 2 more pieces that I've put together, and we're going to have to keep these side plates over the right side, and technically the left side. There you go. I can put those there, and then they won't get lost inside the thing. The plate rack. There we go. I don't know if you can see past my giant thumb. They should all fit nicely now. So this is what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for the glue on the other pieces to dry. I'm going to glue these together, and then they can go on the back when I put the backing onto this, because it will have a backing piece around, and then this will all be built in under here to go above the sink. So let's get gluing these pieces together, and I think I will just use the wood glue because it's sticking a little bit faster today. Use my glue brush. If you keep one old brush handy and you rinse it very, very thoroughly every time you use it for glue, it actually helps with spreading the glue around a lot. Or else you're using scraps of wood or cardstock or what have you. So these don't need to be entirely exact because I can trim them to fit. That's sticking very well already. I know it's not cut wildly straight, but it's going to fill the gap. And it's going to be right at the back, so you won't see it. There's this one. I'll do this one too. And why is it as soon as you get the glue out, little hairies want to stick to your fingers? These guys will be stuck over here. See, there's no excess glue for a nice change. And if I can find my clamp, there we go. They're in my toolbox. Boom, they'll hold it until it sticks down properly. Okay, so I have cut a bunch of little pieces, and what I'm going to do is stick them at the front of these shelves. That will force them to be the right height. But I am going to glue them together in double thickness. That way, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue these together in doubles, and then I will be able to measure out and put them into the correct places in here. So I'll come back when I've done that. I figured it would be easier to paint the plate racks before I glued them in place. Yes, I know I hold a paintbrush funny. Don't come for me. I have painted down the bottoms of these guys. This is where they will sit. I painted that piece, which will sit in there. I thought the green on the bars would tie the upper cabinets to the lower ones nicely colour-wise, without being too matchy-matchy. And back to the shelf brackets. You can see the warping in the top panel, and now the little bracket pieces are glued and dried, I can glue them into place. Now I'm gluing all the side shelves and the plate rack together. You may notice all the area inside the plate rack section was pre-painted. Work smarter, not harder, guys. Imagine how hard it would be to get a paintbrush in there once it was all glued together. Let's get this end shelf glued on. Before I make a back panel for the cabinet, now's the prime opportunity to paint everything. I chose the same colour as the bench tops. I'm trying to keep my brush strokes going in the same one direction on each piece. So from a distance it might resemble wood grain. I mean, it doesn't really, but you know, fake it till you make it. Okay, so just using scrap cardstock from my trash hoardings, I'm going to make a thin back panel to wrap around the cabinet since you'll be able to see inside it. And now is the time to glue in that backing block I made for behind the plate rack. I left one of the backing pieces to naturally curl up so it will ease around the corner shelves nicely. The other piece I kept flat with the 1-2-3 block. I started off with the easy part and glued on the flat panel. The overhang was easy enough to trim off with a craft knife, and scissors would work just fine too. Now to glue around the curve. Since Superglue works so fast, I just glued the corner section first to secure it before moving on to attach the rest. It was about now I realised I'd have to add another row of tiles behind the kitchen sink, and due to the awkward angle I did a stellar job of lining them up. Never mind. Mama gave me a hand installing the new cabinets. I think after seeing my tiling she didn't trust me to do it right. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads, and leave a comment because I'd love to hear from you. It really helps my channel to grow. If you want to share your own crafty ideas and projects, join my Facebook page called Nessie Monster Crafts. And we have Fun Day Fridays where we can all show off our latest works in progress. If you can afford it, please consider buying me a coffee. Links for both my Facebook group and coffee account are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!